What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys another episode of Call of Duty Ghosts 101, and in this one, we're going to be taking a look at the different weapon running speeds in Call of Duty Ghosts, as well as the pistol switch method that's very, very useful. So, let's check this out. Now, if you guys don't know, different types of weapons run at different speeds in this game, and they always have in the Call of Duty series. So, as you can see right here, when I've got my LMG out, I run really slow, but when I switch to my shotgun, I speed up, and then when I switch back to the LMG, I slow down again. So, whichever weapon you have in your hands in Call of Duty Ghosts affects the speed at which you travel around the map. So if we take a look at all the different weapon classes in the game and start them at the same point and have them run the same distance, you're going to see some finish faster than others. And usually a general rule of thumb for Call of Duty is the heavier the weapon is in real life, the slower you're going to move in game, you know, because it's harder to carry. So the exact numbers for this is assault rifles move at 90% of the just kind of like base speed. SMGs run at 100% of the base speed. LMGs are at 80% except for the chainsaw. The chainsaw actually moves at 90% just like the AR, so that's kind of cool. Marksman rifles move at 90%, snipers move at 90%, shotguns move at 100%, riot shields move at 85%, the pistol moves at 105%, and then finally, last but not least, the combat knife, which I didn't actually picture but I still tested, also moves at 105%. So yeah, those are the speeds of these weapons. LMGs are the slowest. Just above that is the riot shield. Above that are assault rifles, marksman rifles, and snipers. Above that are SMGs and shotguns. And then finally, the two classes that move the fastest are pistols and combat knives. So those are the weapon speeds in the game. Now, this leads me right into my tip for this video, and that's why and how effective pistol switching is in Call of Duty Ghosts. And if you aren't doing it currently, then you definitely should be, because you guys see me do it all the time in my gameplays. So when you're using one of the heavier weapons like an assault rifle or a riot shield or an LMG or, you know, even a sniper, you know, whatever it is, you always want to have a pistol attached as a secondary, because you can switch to that thing to move around the map more effectively. And there's three main reasons why you want to be able to move more quickly. So one is at the start of every map, you're fighting over map control. So when you can switch to your pistol and run at 105% way faster than any of the enemies, then this is going to give you a big advantage. And in the game of Call of Duty, where, you know, seconds matter, if you can get to position X on the map before the enemy team does and already be aiming down sight waiting for them, boom, you've got yourself some kills, and you're definitely going to start off that match really well. So one reason this is so good is because you can get more map control at the beginning of all the maps. Now the second reason is because it's great for objective game modes. Like, you know, if you're having to run all the way across the map to get to a blitz flag, why would you want to run at 90% speed with an assault rifle when you could switch to your pistol and get there a lot faster? You know, obviously the pistol is a big advantage there. Now, another game type that really helps out in terms of objectives is search and destroy and search and rescue. So you know how everybody kind of spawns in one little group on the offensive side? You guys all rush towards the bomb to try to grab it that's like 10 feet in front of you? Well, if you switch to your pistol right at the start of the match, guess who's going to have a head start on all of your teammates? You're probably going to get that bomb, and then boom, now you can go plant it and get that 500 XP. So obviously that's very good. So yeah, it's great for objective game modes. It's also great for just getting map control at the start of the map. And then finally, the last reason it's really good is simply just moving around and flanking and stuff like that. You know, as you guys know, the larger maps in Call of Duty Ghosts can be kind of slow sometimes. Like, it's tough to get from one side of Stonehaven to the other. But if you've got a pistol as your secondary, you know, you're running around a flank that you know nobody's going to be there, why not switch to your pistol to be able to move around a little bit quicker, get to the other side of the map faster, flank around the enemies fast, you know, get behind them, things like that. So it's just, that's why pistol switching is very good in this game. You can get more map control at the start of a map. You can get, you know, a better kind of objective class going on, whether you're trying to cap objectives or get the bomb, you know, whatever it may be. And then finally, it's just good for flanking on these larger maps, because you can move around quicker and get behind the enemies quicker. So yeah, if you aren't pistol switching and running faster in the game at the moment, you definitely should start doing it, especially on the slower classes like the LMGs, like the riot shields, like the assault rifles, the snipers, you know, things like that. So one thing you do have to be careful of, though, is make sure you're not sprinting into enemies. You know, you don't want to sprint your way with a pistol out into a gunfight, because obviously you're going to lose. So you have to really kind of focus on using this sparingly and, you know, not use it all the time, not run straight through the middle of the map with it. But once you get the hang of it, it is very useful, and I hope you guys try it out and let me know how you do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I got a bunch of great Call of Duty Ghosts 101 videos coming soon, as well as other Call of Duty Ghosts, PS4, Xbox One, all kinds of videos. So make sure you guys subscribe and check back regularly, because we got quite a few videos coming out every day. day. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out these other 2 videos on the screen if you haven't seen them yet. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.